All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into one of the most powerful and honestly fascinating chapters in the Zohar, the Madora Tanyana, or the Second Habitation. Now this isn't just some mystical fairy tale, it's a blueprint for a dynamic system of cosmic accountability. And we're about to break down exactly how it works.
So, right off the bat, the Zohar hits us with this amazing paradox. It's a place that's somehow more luminous, but also dark. And notice that word, prepared. This isn't some chaotic cosmic accident. It's a purpose-built environment, specifically designed for these angelic beings whose entire job is to watch and report on what we do down here. This is not a passive heaven or hell. It is an active, living, breathing layer of reality that is responding to us in real time.
So to really get our heads around this, we're going to take a journey through what's known as the 4 levels of Pardes. We're going to start with what the text literally says, then we'll dig into the hints and allegories. After that, we'll get into the rules of the game, and finally, we're going to pull back the curtain on the deep cosmic secrets that make the whole thing tick. Okay, so let's start at the beginning, at the level of pshat, the plain, simple meaning. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the how and the why, let's just paint a picture of the what. What does this place actually look and feel like, according to the Zohar itself?
You know, it's one of the oldest questions we've ever asked ourselves, right? We look up at the stars and we wonder, do our actions, our words, our entire lives just vanish? Do they mean anything? Well, the Zohar gives a definitive and, frankly, a pretty mind-blowing answer. Not only is someone watching, but the system is way more intricate than we could ever imagine.
So try to picture this, a realm not as bright as ours, but with a lot more order. The chaos of that first habitation we've talked about, it gives way to structure. And here, the shadows aren't just vague, spooky ghosts. They actually sharpen into focus, and you see these clear, angelic figures. And their one defining feature? Their eyes. They're always, always watchful, constantly observing our world below.
And here's where it gets wild. Our world is directly plugged into theirs. Get this. Our sounds, our prayers, our songs, even just our regular conversations, they don't just fade away. They travel. They manifest as these visible streams of energy, flowing upward to literally nourish and strengthen these angelic watchers.
And it's not just the beings. The very air in this place is, well, it's alive. It's vibrating with the resonance of everything we do. Think of it like these invisible threads of cause and effect, a spiritual web that creates this unbreakable bond between our choices here on Earth and the state of that monitoring system up there. Absolutely nothing gets lost. Every single thing you do sends a ripple.
All right, let's level up. We're moving to Remez, the world of allegory and hints. Now that we've kind of set the stage, let's meet the players. Who are these beings, really? And what are their specific roles in this cosmic drama?
So, that name, Madora Tanyana, it tells you almost everything you need to know. This isn't the end of the line. It's not heaven or hell. It's a crucial middle layer. It's a system of observation, a system of consequence. Its whole job isn't about random punishment. It's a meticulously structured dimension designed for one thing: monitoring and logging the data of human action.
Okay, so every system's got a sysadmin, right? A boss. In this habitation, it's a being named Kadumio. And that name literally means Ancient One of God. That tells you he's tied to the most primordial, foundational principles of divine law and order. He's not some random enforcer. He represents the ancient, unchanging rules of the entire cosmos. And their job description from the Zohar is incredibly specific. They watch us, and they accuse when we go down a negative path. But, and this is key, they're not self-sufficient. They're nourished by earthly sense. And check this out. They have a song they can't finish on their own. They start to sing, but they run out of energy and fall silent. They can only start again when they are activated by our songs from down here. It's this profound codependency.
Okay, so this brings us to Drosh. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the mechanics, and the rules of the system. We know who is watching, and we know their basic function. But how do they actually operate? What are the specific inputs that power this whole cosmic machine?
So this is the million-dollar question, right? If there's this spiritual monitoring system up there, how do we, down here, actually connect to it? Well, the Zohar doesn't just leave it as a mystery. It tells us exactly how. It specifies 2 main kinds of input, 2 different data streams that flow from our world to theirs: scent and song. Think of it this way. Scent, or riach, is like the ambient energy of the system. It's passive. It's the general atmosphere that nourishes the essence of these beings. But song, shira, that's a focused, active signal. If scent is the background power supply, song is the command line input. It's a directive that actively changes what they're doing.
So why scent? What's so special about a smell? This ancient source gives us the answer plain and simple. Scent is what the soul, the neshama, truly enjoys. It's a direct spiritual nutrient. And because these angels are spiritual beings, the very same spiritual fuel that nourishes our souls is what nourishes them. It literally maintains the fabric of their existence.
Okay, you have to hear this sequence. It is absolutely mind-blowing. It's not that the angels sing to us. They can't even sing without us. They start their cosmic song of praise, but their energy just fades. They fall silent. And it's only when we start singing from our world below that the circuit gets completed. Our voices rise up, they empower them, they illuminate them, and that allows them to pick up their own song again, but now it's magnified. It's this perfect, symbiotic feedback loop.
All right, now it's time to pull back the final curtain. We've seen the place, we've met the players, we know the rules. We are now arriving at Sat, the secret level, where we get to understand the deep architecture. What is the cosmic operating system that runs this entire thing?
So before we dive in, just a super quick refresher. The Sephirot are the 10 fundamental channels of divine energy that create and sustain, well, everything. They aren't just ideas. They are the actual functional building blocks of the universe's operating system. And you better believe the Second Habitation is running on this OS.
Okay, let's use a tech analogy here to make it super clear. Our physical world, our reality, that's the Sephira of Malkut, or kingdom. In our model, this is the production environment. It's the live server. It's where all of us, the users, are performing actions, our deeds, our words. This is where all the data comes from. So how does the data get from our world to the monitoring system? It goes through Yesod, the foundation. You can think of Yesod as the cosmic API, the pipeline. It's the high-speed channel that takes all the raw data of our actions in Malkut and packages it into structured spiritual info, then shoots it upward.
Once that data is sent, it has to be stored somewhere, right? That happens in Had, which means glory or acknowledgement. Had is the eternal database, the cosmic ledger. This is where the spiritual record of everything we do is inscribed and logged. And this isn't a temp file. It's a permanent resonance, etched into the fabric of reality itself.
And finally, what happens to all that log data? It gets processed, and the processor is Gevora, strength, or judgment. Gevora is the powerful engine of the whole system. It runs the scripts of accountability. It applies the rules of cosmic law to the data stored in Had. And when it finds a deviation, a bug in the code, so to speak, it executes its primary function. It raises an accusation.
And this is the master key. This quote connects everything. It says that all spiritual elevation, every attempt to rise higher, has to pass through the channel of Gevora. So how do you interface with this awesome, powerful engine of judgment? The text is crystal clear. Therefore, they only ascend through song. Song is the specific protocol. It's the language that speaks directly to the engine of judgment.
So you can literally picture this. A negative deed gets logged in the database of Hud. The Gevora engine processes it, and suddenly the whole atmosphere of the place shifts. The neutral dark gray tones start pulsing with the fiery colors of judgment, these deep reds and ambers. The system is flagging an anomaly.
But then, a song of praise, a song of Torah, rises up from our world. It streams into the habitation, and this wave of golden light bathes the entire realm, interacting directly with that Gevora engine. It doesn't delete the data, but it transforms the processing. The harsh, pulsing red of judgment softens, and it's transmuted into this illuminated, gentle light of mercy and merit.
So, after all that, what does this actually mean for us, today, in our lives? Because this isn't just some abstract theory. Understanding this system is incredibly empowering. It means we are not just passive victims of some cosmic law. We are active participants. We have the ability to literally interface with and modulate the very systems that observe us.
So let's frame this using our tech analogy again. Think of this as a sort of cosmic engineering 101. It's a sophisticated framework for understanding our spiritual impact in real time.
Okay, so here's the breakdown. Our actions are transactional data sent up through the Yesod API. In the sphere of Had, these angelic agents are doing a constant audit.
The Gevura engine is running automated scripts, constantly looking for anomalies, and it triggers an accusation alert for any deviation. But, and this is the game changer, Sacred Song functions like a high-privilege, root-level command that injects mercy directly into the Gevura processor, forcing a complete re-evaluation of the very data that triggered the alert.
Now, let's switch gears completely. Let's reframe the exact same system, but in a totally different language. Imagine the Second Habitation is a level in a video game called The Zone of Echoes.
Here's your player's guide. Every single choice you make, big or small, sends a signal to the watchers in this zone. Now, negative choices, they make the zone's alert system flash red. That puts you on their radar. Positive choices and good deeds, they keep the system stable and green. But here's the ultimate move. You have a special power-up, singing songs of goodness. This is your ultimate weapon. It instantly calms the watchers. It turns all the warning lights from red to glowing gold, and it gives you a massive boost to your spiritual score.
So as we bring our complete journey through the Pardes to a close, from the literal picture to the secret engineering, what's the one big idea we should walk away with?
The main idea is this. The Second Habitation is not supposed to be a place of fear. It's a perfect, impartial system of spiritual physics. It's a doctrine of accountability that proves that nothing we do is meaningless. And more than that, it's an incredible testament to the power that was built into creation for us, the power of our voice to reach across dimensions, to interface with the highest cosmic systems, and to literally transform judgment into mercy.
And that really leaves us with one final question. This isn't just some ancient story. It's a living reality. Knowing that this system is online right now, listening, recording, what echo do you want to create today? What signal are you going to send up?
Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.